Good morning. Good morning. Welcome or welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Wednesday, January the 29th, and we're here to look at the new releases that have been published in this week. And every day of the week, we look at a different genre. On Wednesdays, we look at romance. Quick announcements. I don't have any sprints tonight. I don't do them on Wednesday nights. Our next sprints, live reading sprints, are tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Eastern. They go for 2.5 hours. I'm in the mountain time zone so for me that's starting at 6, and I get here as quickly as I can after work. Sometimes we start a little earlier than that, top of the hour, but I do my best. So let us look at new releases. I just realized that my tablet is dim. Good morning, Mary. Happy Wednesday. Love is in the air, at least in the book world. We hope it's love. Sometimes you don't know what that is. All right. Strike and Burn by Taylor Hutton. This is a romantic thriller. Honor Stone is all alone in this world. No family, no money, no future. So when she locks eyes with Strike Madden in the morgue of all places, she's not in the mood to be seduced. Sure, he's drop dead gorgeous, and the sizzle of attraction between them is undeniable, but she's reeling from her identical twin sister's murder. It's the wrong time, wrong place, wrong everything. Still, the enigmatic drinking game. Billionaire hires Honor as an artist to spearhead his carefully curated erotic animation studio, a job they soon find to be a dangerous mix of business and pleasure. But when her twin's obsessive killer targets Honor, the painful secret of Honor's traumatic past will finally be exposed with devastating consequences. Strike will stop at nothing to protect her, uncovering his own bone-chilling demons, a beautifully broken dark side that doesn't scare Honor. It consumes her. On the other side of the spectrum, no pretty dresses so far, but a cowboy is gracing cover. That's okay with me. We'll swap dresses for cowboys. A Lady Would Know Better by Emma Thoreau. Yeah. There are many things an English lord might encounter on the grounds of his wintry estate: trees, birds, perhaps a wandering gamekeeper. Instead, the Earl of Belhaven finds a woman in the snow, unconscious and nearly frozen to death. Then her luminous gray eyes open just long enough for her to plead, "Don't let them get me." Now Jasper Maycott has his hands full with a woman who has absolutely no memory of who she is or where she came from, to say nothing of her name. Just a gold ring, some fine clothes, and a penchant for pert conversation. But while Jane dresses and speaks quite like a lady, Jasper can't make any assumptions. After all, she could be a crafty fortune hunter, albeit a charming and unutterably beautiful one. Only there's no room for romantic love in the Earl of Belhaven's world. There is just grim duty, a lingering sense of loss, and the knowledge that love in any form can only bring heartbreak in its wake. But while a lady should know better, the heart heeds no rules, even if its every beat portends the danger she was running from. Well, you're an earl. Your job is to beget children, so it doesn't matter whether you want love in your life or not. You must beget. Them's the rules of the time period. Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young. A creative cover with the matches forms a heart, but that is about it for that book for me. Yeah, not my cup of. High school sweethearts Sarah and Caleb Linwood have always been a sure thing. For the past 17 years, they have had each other's backs through all the life's ups and downs. But Sarah has begun to wonder, who is she without her other half? When she decides to take a project on her own, a fundraising gala in memory of her late mother, Sarah wants nothing more than to prove to herself and to everyone else that she doesn't need Caleb's help to succeed. She's still her mother's daughter, after all, independent and capable. That is, until the event fails and Caleb uninvitingly steps in to save the day. The rift that follows unearths a decade of grievances and doubts. Are they truly the same people they were when they got married at 19? No. Are they supposed to be? No. In a desperate attempt to fix what they fear is breaking, Sarah and Caleb make the spontaneous decision to get out of their comfort zones and join a grueling hiking trip. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Intended to guide couples through rough patches. What follows is a life-affirming comedy of errors as two nature-averse people fight their way out of the woods in order to find their way back to their roots, which is probably each other. Married, it doesn't mean you're attached at the hip. Just saying. Spiral by Bal Cabra, second in the Off the Ice series. Elias Westbrook, a newly drafted hockey player for the Toronto Thunder, is facing the challenges of fame and media scrutiny. With a growing fan base and too many expectations on his shoulders, he's struggling to make his first career goal. The tabloids are reporting on his every move, including which woman he was last seen with, but all he wants to do is escape the spotlight. Enter from stage left Sage Beaumont, an aspiring ballerina with dreams of joining the Aurora Ballet Theater, but her lack of popularity online leaves her at a major disadvantage for securing the lead role. I would think dance ability would factor in there. When Sage finds herself with the perfect opportunity to make her dreams come true by fake dating Elias, she takes her shot. Yeah, let's use this guy. Soon enough, the flimsy fake dating rules they set in place fall away in the face of their sizzling connection, but before things spiral out of control, Sage and Elias will have to decide if they're willing to take the leap together or if they'll call it quits. I kind of don't buy that a ballerina would go seek out a hockey player. End of row one. Yes, the snark is strong today. Wedding Dashers by Heather McBreen. Ada's little sister is getting married, which should be a happy thought, right? But the once close sisters have been in a year-long fight. The wedding is all the way in Ireland, and Ada is so broke that she just barely managed to get a ticket on a budget airline. And as if things couldn't get worse, the airlines just canceled her connection, which means Ada is stuck in London with no way to make it to the wedding. Surely she's hit rock bottom. Oh, honey, no, that's just inconvenient. So there's no reason for her not to spill her heart out about the over-the-top wedding, her sister's worryingly quick engagement, and the womanizing best friend she's dreading meeting to a handsome, also stranded stranger at the bar, until she realizes the stranger is headed to the same wedding. Oh, and he's the infamous best man. Now Jack and Ada must put their simmering attraction behind them to make it to Belfast before they miss the nuptials. But between flat tires, missed trains, and suspect hostels, Jack and Ada start to question whether their feelings are worth going the distance or just a distracting detour along the way. Yin Yang Love Song by Lauren Kung Jessen. Chinese herbalist Chrissy Hua Williams never actually believed in the Hua family curse, but after breakup number 9, Chrissy stopped laughing. Now she and her aunties run a special healing retreat center for the brokenhearted. After all, there's nothing a proper cup of herbal tea can't fix. But Chrissy's innocent run-in with celebrity cellist and bad boy Vin Chow has everyone, because cellists are always bad boys, has everyone brewing about a different kind of tea. So he'll offer a deal. They'll fake date. He'll break her heart and increase ticket sales, and in return, he'll promote her business. It's like Chrissy's whole cursed love life has been leading up to this moment, but all it takes is one kiss and a whole lot of unexpected chemistry to land both of them in hot water. I have aged out of romance. A lot. Not completely. Defensive Line by Trisha Lynn, first in the Unlovables. If NFL star Brody Shaw is set on retiring from his hometown team, the Dallas Bulldogs, he needs to keep his head down and his nose clean. But when the stray dog he rescued bites the pet sitter, Brody's sports career sets off an avalanche of bad publicity, and it's time to bring in a professional. Enter Lily Costello, a dedicated dog trainer with no interest in bad news football players until she notices the brand on Brody's dog, CC. It's a mark tied to the puppy mill Lily is determined to expose and dismantle. With a complicated history between sports celebrity and advocacy, Brody and Lily embody an uneasy alliance fueled by Brody's high-profile connections and Lily's passionate mission. As they dig deeper, it's not long before they attract the wrong kind of attention. When someone makes it clear that they'll stop at nothing to halt the search, it'll take everything Brody and Lily have to escape with their lives. Oh, dang it, this was previously published. Oh, snuck by me. Now I like it even less. Now, this title, Mary, haven't heard the latest on the service manager. Oh yeah, hope things are resolved one way or the other. What a bummer. We are giving second chances. They have sent the new credit card and should get it in a day or two. Oh man, got the estimate for the gas line work. Don't be surprised if there's a local bank robbery. I know nothing. I know nothing. I saw nothing. I've not pre-heard anything. Hate that cover on defensive line. I know. There's just everything. I just don't like that book. Here's your cowboy. Hard as a rock cowboy. Second in the Rocky Road Ranch. Brody Dunn is anxious to start his training as a wildlife manager and begin his new career away from Rocky Road Ranch. His father has agreed to release him from his promise to work on the ranch if he can convince the neighbors to sell their land. When he discovers that the granddaughter of the elderly couple who owned the land has inherited it, and better yet, has lived in the city her entire life, never knowing the land existed, he's sure it will be easy getting her to sell. Hannah Kingsley is shocked yet thrilled to discover she owns land in Four Peaks. Though it's nothing but desert and an old casita, it's all hers. Besides, it even comes with a knowledgeable and handsome neighbor. What could be better? It doesn't take long for her to realize Brody wants her to sell right away, yet the more she learns about her property, the town, and him, the more she knows this is the place for her. And just maybe, Brody's the man for her as well. But can she get him to see what's right in front of his nose, or will his one-track mind be his downfall? For Cowboy, I do like that cover too. End of that row. Where's the start now on that cover? Hard as a rock. Sounds fascinating. I controlled myself. When I put it in the Amazon list there, oh my goodness. The snark was strong. Not Your Biggest Fan by Sarah Ney, second in the Not Yours series. Harlow James is destined to rock the dating world. The creator of Kismet, the app helping singles find love, she's in New York to secure advertisers, but the sassy small-town girl can't help meddling in other people's business. When she runs into a muscular stranger at her go-to food truck, Harlow doesn't realize he's Landon Andy Burke, the NFL's most wanted free agent in town to talk contracts. She just sees a hottie about to get burned by undercooked street food. Though she tries to warn him, he shrugs her off, making a little wager instead. In a messy twist of fate, Andy finds himself in the same hotel as Harlow. When she collects on their bet, they make a mind-blowing and bed-rocking connection. Honey, he's just had food poisoning. You don't rock the bed during that. But after the weekend, she goes home to Green Bay to her goofy dad and Corgi, ready to focus everything on work again. Kismet, however, has other ideas when Andy knocks on her door. ... This one says I have ordered it. I believe it was part of a Kindle First choosing. I've not read it, but it was the best, I believe, of what was being optioned at the time. The Art of Starting Over by Heidi McLaughlin. Deborah Campbell's life falls apart under the pressure of one truth. Her husband is having an affair with her best friend. So Deborah packs up her daughter and their shared heartbreak for small town Oyster Bay, where she grew up. Her relationship with her father is still on the rocks, but Deborah has her brother there and unexpectedly her brother's best friend. Hayden McKenna lost his wife a year ago and has struggled with single fatherhood ever since. Moving back home with his son is a last but best resort, a chance to start fresh, surrounded by family and old friends. But when Hayden runs into Deborah, his childhood crush, sparks fly as bright as ever. If only he could make her see them too. Amid a swirl of hurt and healing, Deborah and Hayden grow closer, rekindling what they had all those years ago to discover that sometimes a new start means going back to the beginning. Here's something seasonal, The Valentine Box by Tony Blake. The box books number 3. It started with a box for collecting heart wishes. Among the constants in Taylor Mulvaney's life are the heart-shaped box made by her father, the mysterious hearts she sometimes sees, and her longtime crush on Luke Montgomery. The Valentine box has a way of connecting her and Luke time and again, and even after Luke breaks her heart before leaving their hometown of Sweetwater, Kentucky for good, she never gets completely over him. The box brings them back together when they least expect it. 15 years later, Taylor still sees hearts. Are they in the room with us now? And now she even makes them, baking heart-shaped treats at the Sweetheart Bake Shop. After a rough start in life, she found her way. Until, that is, Luke comes home for his father's funeral, bringing a deluge of old feelings flooding back. Before she knows it, a note dropped in her still-beloved Valentine box has Taylor swept up in helping him save his family's horse farm, and trying not to fall back in love with the guy who once left her shattered. How will it end? Could Luke really want Taylor the way she's always wanted him? Can she trust in the future to turn out better than the past? The Valentine box is still working its magic to draw them together all these years later, but can Taylor set her fears aside long enough to believe in a second chance at love? There's something about Mira. Good morning, Ariel. Hope y'all have a great day. Indeed. Back at you, baby. Mary says hello. This is by Sonali Dev. Mira Salvi has the perfect life. A job she loves, a fiance everyone adores, and the secure future she's always imagined for herself. Really, she hasn't a thing to complain about, not even when she has to go on her engagement trip to New York alone. While playing tourist in the city, Mira chances upon a lost ring, and her social media post to locate its owner goes viral. With everyone trying to claim the ring, only one person seems to want to find its owner as badly as Mira does. Journalist Krish Hale. Brooding and arrogant, he will do anything to get to write this story. As Krish and Mira reluctantly join forces and jump into the adventure of tracing the ring back to where it belongs, Mira begins to wonder if she is in the right place in her own life. She had to have found this ring for a reason, right? Maybe like the owner of the lost ring, her happy ending hasn't been written yet either. Honey, if you're not in love with your fiance and this guy who comes along makes you question that, then no, you're not ready. End of that row. Just saying. If you're in ooh shiny mode, you're not ready to get married. The Southern Charmer by Janice Maynard. Second time's the charm. When a guy leaves your best friend at the altar, you should hate him, avoid him. You definitely shouldn't fall for him, right? But when Gabby Nolan runs into her BFF's ex, Jason Brightman, 18 months after the wedding that wasn't, one thing is certain. The secret crush she had on him in college, the one Gabby worked hard to bury, is still very much alive and kicking. What's worse is that Jason is no longer the immature, privileged boy he once was. In 18 months. The man who stands before Gabby now is thoughtful, self-aware, and somehow more handsome than ever. But none of that changes the fact that Gabby shouldn't be looking in the first place. Unlike Jason, Gabby has worked hard to climb to where she is, something he could never understand. The last thing she wants is to derail everything she's accomplished for a guy. Except Gabby isn't the only one who's been carrying a torch, and Jason's efforts to make her smile are working entirely too well. Maybe yesterday's mistakes can lead to a promising future, as long as the baggage they're both carrying isn't too much to bear. Another seasonal one. Valentine's in Bayberry, Girl Next Door, Book 2 in the Bayberry, Vermont series by Jennifer Fay. Carrie Byer's dream of being a business owner has finally come true. Now, if only Totally Chocolate was a part of Bayberry's Happy Heart celebration, but that is the least of her worries when she learns the building where her shop is located is being sold. Jackson Wright is the vice president of a security software firm and oversees the London office. When his mother needs his help, he's on the first plane home, but when he learns the extent of the problems, his first thought is to sell the family's commercial property. Once back in his hometown, the embers of Jackson's feelings for Carrie spark to life. But he has to do what is best for his mother, even if it means selling the building where Carrie's store is located. Will his decision end any chance of rekindling their friendship, or will it set them on a new path towards new love? Pretty cover. Last one. I wasn't sure if I should include this one. I did because it's the only one that we have with a pretty dress. But this is republished, but it's republished with new added material. So I wasn't sure. Do we count it? I don't know. Rules for a Fake Fiance by Catherine Lyons, first in the Rogue's Gambit. Melinda Smithson needs a husband, preferably one who appreciates her scientific mind. Trevor Anidsley, future Duke of Timby, needs a temporary fiancé to secure his inheritance. Their fake engagement seems like the perfect solution until real feelings start to complicate their clever scheme. Between meddling families, dramatic duels, and a surprisingly combative turkey, Melinda and Trevor discover that matters of the heart can't be approached with scientific precision. As London's high society watches their every move, can these two brilliant minds find the formula for true love? And I forgot to click on it, so there's the pretty dress. Here's a close-up of the pretty dress. And he likes her hair, apparently. All right. We made it. That's all we have. Time is up. All right. So tomorrow we'll look at fantasy and science fiction. Again, I don't have any sprints tonight. I don't do them on Wednesday night. Actually, tonight I'll be watching last night's episode of The Rookie that I watched via Amazon Prime. Hopefully I'll do some crocheting. I haven't crocheted in a couple days. I need to keep going. But we will have sprints tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern for 2.5 hours. Hope you guys have a good Wednesday. Stay safe. Stay comfortable, whether it's warm or cold, wherever it is where you are. Read good books. And as the banner says here, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Om nom nom. Have a good day. God bless. Oh, is it Rosanna today? Okay. She did really good last night. All right. Bye, guys.